Hi, everybody. It's Linda G with the video I promised you. Just got done with Andre. What's his face has shown up at the court. I'm tired of them stopping everything. He's in the plane. He's getting off the plane. He's doing this. He's doing that. How many bowel movements has he had? It's like, whoa. This sort of feed frenzy of anything on Trump can deter us. It makes us put our mind on him. You only must put out good thoughts. I know it's crazy, but just know this too shall pass. And I will tell you, I was talking to my guides before I started with Andre. My little motorcycle guy saw her. There he is. And look at that piece back there. Somebody built that for me. You see it as a Native American. It's just one big piece of wood. And he carved this for me. I need to write him. His name is Rick. He's a really nice guy. Oh, 27 years on kidney dialysis or doing kidney dialysis in the hospital. So he might be a nurse. I don't know. I got to write him. Anyway, so the indictment or whatever is going on, I'll press back. Let me do it now. I'll press record in case I miss something. This is just important to do. Okay, so I want to tell you something, and I want to be very clear. Anything happened to me, you guys can say, she said so. He will never win as president again. Never. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something I told Carrie Lake. Oh, this is such an injustice, blah, blah, blah. He didn't do anything wrong. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. Trump runs for president and he wins. That was Bush. And Kamala Harris, because Trump was found not guilty, so all this stuff is legal, Kamala Harris can just turn around and change the votes as vice president. I said, and then how would you feel? Well, we're doing to you what you did to us. We'd never do that, but still. Okay, so I wanted to tell you that for sure. And when I was talking to Andre, I was getting some hit here. I'm feeling Trump. He's not very happy. I don't know why I pick up Melania, but I feel like she might even think she's thinking about getting away from all this or going away. Oh, good news too. They showed the crowds, just a few sprinkles of Trump protesters. So now let me tell you about this trial. First of all, this judge is no nonsense, okay? And feel like she'll be able to get this heard sooner than later. Everybody's saying, oh, it's going to take, don't. This one's going to go a little faster because of the way Jack set it up. Trump will fight them, but I see her overriding, and also, hey, you better stop with the nonsense. I also feel, of course, he'll take it all the way up to the Supreme Court, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. They're not going to let him go. He's guilty of sin. So will he be running for president? Yes or no? Will he actually be? See, he's just counting on. That's the only thing that keeps him going, is that everybody loves him. And he would love for everybody to be rioting. He wants it so bad, but they're not coming out and rioting. Because if he could get people rioting and shooting up the streets, then he could almost act like he has power. Like he'd say, well, you all better stop it or my people will do this or that. But it's not happening, you guys. Okay. Will he actually run? Give me the truth. I've always been kind of up in the air if he could even run. Bonnie's coming next. And now that there's going to be a delay with Florida, it feels like this judge takes that opening and says, okay, we're going to do the trial there. And it actually feels like bada, 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 boom, like it's over. And here's the thing, who's the ones that are going to take them down? It's Republicans. Pence is a major one. It's the Republicans. They're acting like the Biden DOJ and this and that. No, it's the Republicans that are the witnesses and that he asked to do something wrong. So, okay, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. So I am getting, he might be able to run. So that knocks everybody else out, especially to Satan. But then I see him not being able to win. And the news or what he has to say is totally upside down. People are really upset about the judgment call they made on him. Because the Republicans are going to lose. There's more indictments. Once they get this done, there's a bunch more indictments coming up for the people around him. The sixth person, it may be, it doesn't feel like it's Jenny Thomas, but the sixth person is, it could be somebody even like Mark Meadows. Okay. All right, here we go. You guys gave me a lot of questions, 236 questions. So I want you to know he's definitely not going to win as president. That's our first thing. Just breathe and know. And Andre and I just got done talking about what's happening in 2025, and it's a readjustment, almost like the same readjustment we went through from the Civil War. So people are going to be upset he didn't win. But nobody's going to really put their own livelihood on the line. Susan says, will Stephen Miller ever receive justice for his role in the humane immigration process? Hold on. Let me look. Stephen Miller. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, he's evil. So this is like, he's sitting under the tree one minute, the next minute the police are at his door. There's something they're coming after him with. That's the same I felt for Jenny Thomas. I felt one minute she knows something's coming. It's all financially related. He's going to end up a nobody, but he's going to be able to manage maybe with his attorneys or something to keep people at bay or transfer maybe even to another country. Sorry, you guys, I had to take a little exit for a minute. So, before I go on with your questions, while I was going to answer the door, I heard some more conversation. So what I'm hearing is, and it feels like a young Abraham Lincoln energy, that this is definitely a person who was meant to come here. He's talking about Trump, to, like, he's messing up the Constitution. He's messing up with the lies and hurt that he's done. He will be disdained. Okay. A lot of people are going to be mad. Okay. I just heard this, so just bear with me. I feel that this particular court thing is going to be, I see him fighting it, but I see it being with cameras. I see cameras in the courtroom. The judge is emphasizing that the American people need to know that he obtained a fair trial. oh, his attorneys are going to be working double time to try to get him to shut up. But I do see her at some point in time reprimanding him about anything that he goes and threatens people's families and this, nationalities, stuff like that. Remember when he told Obama that his birth record was a fraud? He's so mean, and he just has no decency. And I'm so sorry, you guys, but we've been talking about this, and we're about ready to kind of take a breath, because don't go like, oh my God, 70% of, well, it's his people. And listen, the media is going to just jump with this. Somebody was saying that even Obama was 20 points behind for a long time. So don't go with that. Know that and a lot of people aren't going to want to have Biden in, but they'll vote for him rather than the other person. Okay. That's what I get. What else do you want to tell me? I saw television cameras coming in. Okay, so he's not been arraigned yet, but I'm almost feeling like some requests by the prosecution to tell him to stop tampering with the jury pool. So, or telling people he's still repeating lies, Your Honor, and making threats to those of us here. I just feel this group, if they don't do it today, they will do it, but I feel them being able to be comfortable. Eileen, not so much, but I feel them feeling comfortable. Okay, so what else do you want to tell me? This judge was chosen. She may be the female I saw that takes him down. Because I see her boom, boom, boom. I see her on it. She's not going to dick around. Not, let's get this done, she's saying. And having him in this courthouse and doing all this is creating chaos. No, he will not be able to go to West Virginia. However, even if he went to West Virginia, he would lose. So there's a little group out there of Trumpsters, but that's about it. So it's no Armageddon type energy. Okay, so now we're going to hit on your questions. I already got that Stephen Miller one. Okay, hold on 1 second. Here we go. Your channel, here we go. Okay. Just how accurate are the polls? Letitia, don't even be tripping, girl. We got a ways to go. We got a ways to go. Right now, they have it in a bumper to bumper. Biden and Trump, if they both ran. For some reason, Satan thinks he could win. Bumper to bumper. By the way, I don't know why I just got this hit. I'm just boom, boom, boom. Because I asked for them to help me before I sat down with you guys. They want me to tell you that when Governor Newsom talks to Satan in November of that debate, Newsom will landslide him. He's going to be really good. I heard he was good with that guy from Fox, Sean Hannity. And by the way, he's asked for Sean Hannity. Put a sucker in there. Oh, yes. And you guys, please breathe. Don't, and don't think this is going to take, for some particular reason, this particular plight that Trump is going through will be the one that will almost immediately take him down. Now, remember I told you before, I said the one in Florida, just don't hold your breath. It feels like one delay after the other. But since they asked about that lawyer, and they want that changed, that Eileen Cannon, she'll make it last, but what she's doing is she's giving this judge opening to say, oh, goody, let's just do it from here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, goody, let's put his trial in here, because based on the number of Republican witnesses you have, tapes and all that. And also his attorneys are going to try to act like, well, Your Honor, we're still trying. No, she's going to give him this much time, get it done, or else he won't be able to challenge it because he won't be around. So even if he takes it to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court says negative, that's it for him. Yes, and let me tell you something, Gail. Gail says, I have a good feeling that we are going to be hearing from the true Republicans. But, shame on them for not speaking up earlier. Don't forget that Liz Cheney and the other guy, they said they were having Republicans come up to them all the time, patting them on the back, good for you. We can't say anything out loud because it'll ruin our abilities to get voted. So everybody's saying yes on camera. Oh, of course I'd vote for him, but trust me, it's not going to be yes. Oh, thank you, Terry said. Thank you for helping us through these years. And this hardship they're throwing on Hunter Biden, by the way, is nothing. It's not, nothing's happening there. I'm so sorry. But they're so desperate. Could you imagine tables turn and they went after Trump's daughter, the one that became an attorney? Oh, she used to be a drug addict and blah, blah, blah. And do you not think the Republicans would be saying, oh, well, she's not even in the administration. What are you guys so worried about? You know what I'm saying? But this, they're going hook, line, and sinker. So yes, J.S. something. J.S. Shri. This probably is some word. Our democracy will continue. It's rattled. It's been torn apart, and we're bringing it back together again. And it got through this one. As Benjamin Franklin said, it's a great democracy as long as you can hold it. Okay. So I answered about the trial being televised. And now I don't remember if I told you this already, but please forgive me if I repeat it again. I know I said it on Andre, but I wrote to that Carrie Lake, who's all, this is not fair, this is this is that. She's going to lose too, by the way. I said, okay, say Trump beats this charge. Let's say, he's able to be found not guilty. He runs for president and he wins. And then Kamala Harris decides, hey, you know what? Nah, I don't want him to be president. I'm going to change the electoral votes. How would you feel? Thank you, Renee. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Amen. Yes, NHM, she said, is there anything that will convince MAGAs that 45 lied to them? I think this trial, televised, will help a lot of them, although some neighbor on neighbor, they almost have to be part of the cult, even though mentally they may be going, I don't know, he will be gone, so that's what's going to end it. I think he might end up, they're saying he shouldn't go on the stand, but I'm feeling him sitting in the stand, making an ass out of himself. This will change, but it's going to be a couple of years. Some people will say he was the best president ever. Let them feel that. Yes, the light is winning, Grace. And D. Cassie said, what about the 8 senators who still voted to overturn the election? A few of them are in trouble. Some of them not so much. They're going with what they were told to do. It's almost like that feeling of, well, I don't know him. I didn't know him. And Trump will be throwing his attorneys under the bus. Trust me. And the guy that in the papers that were stolen, the records. The guy that leaked, or he's got his own attorney now, and he's working with the DOJ. That's going to kill him. Trump knows that too, because I could feel that anxiousness in his gut. Like, oh dear God, I'm in trouble. Although they're going to say he's a liar. Martha said they got a good monsoon in southern Arizona. Oh, and Julie wrote and said that they were burying their son. Whoops. Something happened. I'll check it later. Very temperamental. Anyway, Julie wrote and said that they buried their son this week, I believe, and that she wants to thank all of you guys for your prayers. So sad to have to bury a child. Okay, a lot of you guys are just giving me accolades. You know, I have Leo in me too. Like Trump, I got a big ass head. After real material. She's asking after this is all over and Trump is gone, what's it look like for America? You're always going to have those little troublemakers and little string pockets here and there. We will have people who are going to act out, try to think they're going to make some sort of position that only hurts other people. That's a big turnoff. Nobody wants that to happen. You remember that the riots where they were hitting people on the bridge, the one that that wonderful man was in, what was it? I just went blank. Anyway, they hurt him. They took dogs and they filmed it, and America saw it, and America wasn't for it. They said, oh, hell no. It's just like with Germany, you know, we didn't want to be involved. And then when the photographs of what was happening with the poor skeletons lying in piles, people, you know, it wasn't until we got hit with Pearl Harbor that people really started to say, you know, this isn't cool. So now there's some people out there that say, oh, they love the whole German thing. And, you know, the Germans are fantastic right now. Most of them, they teach it in the school. They don't want that mistake to ever happen again. So, yeah, might Glenn Kushner urges Jack Smith to prosecute Republican lawmakers for keeping the Orange Menace. I can't see them being able to, but the ones who were part of the collab to create the riot will be in trouble. I see trouble. I see trouble, girl. So, but give him some time. That's why he's not bringing in all those other people who are working with Trump to destroy our nation's ability to vote and keep the vote. He just wants this to flow through. Once the motion starts happening, they're in this, I see, boom, boom, boom. There's so many more. Go ahead. So hold on. Okay, Trump has entered the courtroom. What do you want to tell me? A lot of these people will go down, if not legally, by people voting them out, sort of turning into nothing burgers. That's what I just heard. That's what I just heard. They will get Ginny Thomas too, and that's when I see her husband having to exit. Trump is in that courtroom right now, okay? And I'm feeling a big time anger and almost stoic. It's almost like they're a waste of time. These people are wasting my time. Not guilty. He just knows he's going to win as president, so he's going to remove all this. So he's biding his time. And he hates that judge. Okay. I don't know why I saw that, but I just saw it. Okay, so Our democracy will stand. Our democracy will definitely stand. That's the one thing you guys keep asking me. Bada bing, bada boom. And there will be Republicans in trouble, but it feels more financial than it does even maybe Trump helped them, like the ones that went, Ron Johnson and stuff that went to Moscow. There's gonna be a whole bunch of eggs cracked. Like, ooh, where do you see what's in the middle? Oh, yeah, and this judge is we're gonna be like, yeah. I see her talking to him or telling the attorney, sort him out. Sort him out and now, or I'm gonna throw blah, blah, blah. Watch what happens. And did you know that guy lives in Bedminster where he has a few sheep on the property, so he calls it a farm? And then, of course, he buried his ex-wife there, so we can consider it a cemetery. And so it's very small amount of property tax he has to pay. And you guys keep asking me, will it be televised? Absolutely. Thank you, you guys. You guys are so cool. Listen, I'm getting more 200 and something. And you guys are just rocking it and all this. I love you. Thank you. Positive energy for Jack Smith. I love it. Thank you, guys. Oh, shush, Lulu. It's okay, baby. I'll get to you after this. Oh, yeah, I know. Pearl said, don't forget that the judge was unanimously voted 95-0. It doesn't get better than that. So in the meantime, Lindsey Graham is talking trash about her and he voted for her. Yeah, Hawaii Bound said weather disasters in Japan, well, they just had one. They just had a pretty good sized one. See another earthquake too. Yeah, I see flooding again. There's going to be so many made for TV movies, books, even more books written about what really happened in the White House when what's his face was there. But did Jared Kushner turn against Trump? Yes. I also felt the daughter did. But yes. He's, you know why? Because he's in big trouble. Oh yeah, Eastman, Giuliani, Powell, etc. They will all be subpoenaed and arrested for trying to take away the Democratic voting. Like you got to do, you just got to turn it around to them and say, oh, okay, well, so if Trump wins as president, Kamala Harris can just choose who she wants, right? She doesn't have to go with what they said because that's how Trump runs. Rakashi or whatever, Rakadreshan. Thank you. Linda, I was just watching Morning Joe and I had to turn it off because they started talking about Trump has a chance of winning. No, no, no. The other thing is putting those polls up and making people frightened. No, no, no. He will be indicted on all his charges, including the ones in Florida. Okay, indicted or found guilty. Sorry. He can challenge them until the cows come home. Guilty as sin. I think the New York with the woman that was attacked by him, well, it's going to win again. And it's not a hoax. It's not Democrats trying to take him down. For instance, this particular thing is all Republicans. I had to get the dogs outside. They were bugging me. So just now they said the judge isn't in the room yet. I feel she's reading stuff that was presented to her. I see her not hitting Trump hard because she doesn't want to be seen as hitting him hard, but also she's not going to put up with nonsense. I think they submitted to change a venue or something. She's going to tell him no. Nope, nope, nope. Poor thing, she's going to be hated and people will be looking God forbid Trump posts her address, because then I'm telling you, she's going to end up telling Trump to stand down or wait for the trial in jail. That's what she's going to tell him. And Trump will say, you can't do that. But remember her words. She said, no president is king. And he, Trump, is not president. So, okay. Oh, thank you, Olinda. She says she loves my channel. I'm not doing personal questions today, but later on I'm doing the take card. Oh, sorry. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so yeah, it's really weird, Crystal. I saw Mike Lee being indicted, but I'm not quite sure what it's for. He was on that show that all of us like, Skinwalker show. I was like, ew, why is he there? But he feels underhanded to me, sneaky. He may get the nomination. People are like backing him. They're backing Trump. Then he gets the nomination, and then he's really falling apart because, like I said, this will be televised. He can't hide behind closed doors. Might even be that this judge says, shut your mouth. But it's like, that's when you see the people start falling off. Like, whoa, what did we do? Why did we make him the front runner? He's never going to win. So, but mostly, you guys, that's all you're asking. That's all you're asking me. Oh, I don't remember. We need to hear and see this. So the Nixon Watergate was televised. They're going to televise this one. They may go to the Supreme Court, but I see them, not him for sure. Robert saying, yeah, we're going to televise this sucker. Chump. Mostly because if Trump he's not guilty, until proven guilty. And if his case is solid, the whole world can see it. He can't change up. And if they can say, then they can say, oh, yeah, I'm not guilty. But if he's guilty, they have to see the case, and he's a done. He's a goner. All right, you guys. Okay, it's finally coming. So this thing that's happening now, we're all waiting on, but it's not huge. What'll be great is when we can start watching the trial. I really feel televised. I saw cameras. I actually saw the old-fashioned cameras, but I saw cameras being brought in. She's going to keep a very strong courtroom. I don't see her letting people mess with her courtroom. Oh, Trump is mad. He's having to wait on her. She's like, chump ass, you can wait on me. No, she's reading some materials, or maybe they petitioned her for something. That's what I see. All right, you guys, I'm going to come off. I'm going to watch this. I love you all. Thank you so much. And I'll be back. Cheers.